Welcome to this virtual board information session, Highlights for Prospective Board Members. My name is Michelle Capizella, and I am the director of the Mahopac Public Library. This presentation will serve as a basic introduction to the responsibilities of a member of the Mahopac Library Board of Trustees. Trustee board members owe allegiance to the institution and must act in good faith with the best interest of the institution in mind. The conduct of a trustee board member must at all times further the institution's goals. Public libraries in New York State receive a charter from the Board of Regents of the University of New York State and are registered with the Education Department. This registration demonstrates a library's compliance with the Education Department regulations, which are also known as minimum standards. There are 14 minimum standards which are intended to ensure libraries promote quality library service, empower libraries to strengthen community relations, and promote public support for quality library services and support a culture of transparency, accountability, and continuous improvement. A library must maintain its registration to receive local and state public funding. The Board of Regents describes the duties of trustees as those of care, loyalty, and obedience. The duty of care means that a trustee must act in good faith and exercise the degree of diligence, care, and skill that an ordinary prudent individual would use under similar circumstances in a like position. The duty of loyalty is also known as conflict of interest. Board members owe allegiance to the institution and must act in good faith with the best interest of the organization in mind. The conduct of a board member must at all times further the institution's goals and not the member personal or business interests. A trustee should avoid even the appearance of impropriety. The duty of obedience means that a board member has a responsibility to ensure that the institution's resources are dedicated to the fulfillment of its mission. The member also has a duty to ensure that the institution complies with all applicable laws and does not engage in any unauthorized activities. The Mahopac Public Library's mission statement. The Mahopac Public Library will inspire creativity, encourage lifelong learning, and strengthen our community by providing access to information, education, culture, and recreation. We also have a vision statement. Our community is the heart of our library. Therefore, we strive to be a library that is integral to the lives of all residents and responsive to the community's changing needs through excellence in collections, programs, and services. The long range plan was created with input from the community, the board, and the staff. We conducted on site community conversations with the public and organizations such as the Italian American Club and the Rotary, as well as conducting some online surveys. Our long range plan is updated annually on a rolling basis and is the guiding document for the library. Everything that we do ties back to the long range plan. If you'd like to see our long range plan, it is posted on the library's website under About Us. Mahopac Library's values. One value is access, and it means that we want to facilitate equal and equitable access to information resources provided directly or indirectly by the library. We have professionalism and service to the community, is to offer training and staff development opportunities that encourage personal growth and excellence in service to all patrons and visitors to the library. Diversity and inclusiveness is to provide services, collection items, resources, technologies, and facility modifications that serve the diverse needs and requirements of all our users. Social responsibility is to educate community members of all ages, to facilitate the exchange of ideas and information, and to encourage and support innovative solutions to social and community issues. Collaboration is to cultivate relationships with local organizations and businesses in order to actively participate in the growth and development of our community. And confidentiality is to protect user privacy while respecting individual rights and responsibilities. The Mahopac Public Library is a school district public library. The library vote is approved annually by Mahopac Central School District voters. Mahopac Library may also receive funding from the town of Carville for contractual services and Putnam County as part of their annual allocation to libraries. Mahopac Public Library is a school district public library. The library budget is approved annually by Mahopac Central School District voters. The vote normally takes place in the library on the first Tuesday in June. In 2020, because of the pandemic, the library vote and trustee election took place with the Mahopac Central School District budget vote. The vote is for the budget as well as the library trustees. The library has 9 trustees and each has a term of 3 years. The approved levy is collected by the Mahopac Central School District and distributed to the library in 4 installments. We may also receive funding from the town of Carmel for contractual services and Putnam County as part of their annual allocation to libraries. The duties and responsibilities of a trustee are to plan and evaluate the library's service program. The long-range plan is the basis of the service program. The board evaluates the progress of the goals in the long-range plan annually, and the staff reports on their progress monthly in their reports to the board. The trustees develop the library's mission. The mission is our purpose. It's why we exist. The trustees secure adequate funding for the library's service program. The board ensures that the library has the funding necessary to carry out the objectives related to the long-range plan, which means advocating in the community about the importance of the library. The board, however, is not responsible for fundraising. The board is responsible to maintain a facility that meets the library's and community's needs, which means that the building must be accessible to everyone and meet ADA standards. The board selects, hires, and regularly evaluates a qualified library directors. The qualifications are based on the minimum standards for the population and the needs of the library. The director is in charge of the day-to-day operations of the library. The director is the only employee who the board directly supervises. The board promotes the library in the local community and society in general. Trustees should be familiar with the programs and services the library offers. The director's report for each board meeting includes reports from each department, and this helps keep the board appraised of what's happening in the library. The board adopts policies and rules regarding library governance and use. Then we have outward facing policies, which are those that affect the public and are reviewed on a policy review schedule. Revisions are made as needed depending on changing circumstances or legal requirements. The board conducts the business of the library in an open and ethical manner in compliance with all applicable laws and regulations and with respect to for the institution, staff, and the public. A conflict of interest state policy and conflict disclosure statement are required by New York State, and each board member completes a disclosure annually. Board meetings are subject to New York State open meeting law, which means they are advertised and they are open to the public. The board exercises fiduciary responsibility for the use of public and private funds. The Mahopac Library has an annual audit performed by an outside firm. The audit results are posted on our website. Along with the financials, the auditors evaluate the library's segregation of duties. The segregation of duties is the assignment of various steps in a process to different people. The intent behind doing this is to eliminate any instances in which someone could engage in theft or other fraudulent activities by having an excessive amount of control over a process. Our ordering process is items are arriving and packing slips are marked and received and attached to the invoices in which are given to the business office manager. They are reviewed for accuracy, marked OK to pay, and entered into QuickBooks. Online payments are scheduled through the bank. The scheduled payments then go to the director for review and approval. A warrant list is prepared monthly for a list of the bills to be approved by the Board of Trustees. The warrant list and the bank reconciliations are also reviewed by the board treasurer, who will make recommendations to the board that the warrant is approved. The warrant list is also reviewed before each board meeting by a trustee. Any checks that are issued require 2 signatures, which is generally the board president and the finance officer. Expectations. Each board member is expected to attend and participate in monthly board meetings. The board typically meets on the fourth Wednesday of the month beginning at 6:30 p.m. During COVID, we've been meeting virtually and will continue to do so as long as the governor extends the suspension of open meetings law. Meeting materials are posted a week before each meeting so that board members and interested members of the public have the opportunity to review before the meeting. It is especially important that trustees read the materials thoroughly before the meeting so they are well informed of library issues and concerns. Participate in Putnam County Libraries Association, also known as PCLA. The Putnam County Libraries Association consists of 8 Putnam County libraries. The organization, which includes library staff and board, work together to bring library services to all Putnam County residents. The organization generally meets twice per year in May and October. Attend trustee meetings, trainings, Mid-Hudson events, and library events. Of course, you're not expected to attend every event. Board meeting attendance, as mentioned previously, is very important. However, it's always nice to see a trustee at a library-sponsored event. It's a great way to meet patrons and see how well the programs are run. The Mid-Hudson Library System, also known as MHLS, offers a wide range of trainings for trustees. New trustees are required to attend a trustee orientation session offered by Mid-Hudson for a thorough introduction for the duties and responsibilities of trustees in New York State. Check library email accounts regularly and respond when needed. Board communication is primarily through email, and each board member is given a library email account to use for conducting board business. This account is the only one that should be used to conduct board business in the event of a FOIL request. Emails should be checked regularly and promptly responded to as necessary. Chair one committee after serving for a year on the board and join another. Current library committees include Advancement and Public Relations, Board Development and Nominating, Bylaws and Policy, Finance, Personnel, Facilities, and Planning. Committees meet as necessary, and usually the director should be in attendance. It is recommended that the trustees join the Friends of Mahopac Public Library. The Friends of Mahopac Public Library raise funds for the library through book barn sales and special events. It's recommended that trustees show their support for this group by becoming a member. A Mahopac Library board member attends a monthly meeting of the Friends. Board members sign up for a date that will work best for them. Thank you for attending this board information session. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at 628-2009 extension 107 or my email address mcapizella@mahopaclibrary.org. Also, you can contact me if you have any questions for any of our board development committee members. I would be happy to pass along your questions to them. Thank you very much, and thank you once again for attending the board information session.